Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Otis and Jason, your challenge is to research the best office tech on the market, OK? And then using all of your gadget know-how, you are to each come up with a gadget that will help businesses do their job better.
Your tech will be judged by a business guru in just 3 weeks' time, so get to it and may the best business gadgets win.
Wow, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, I don't know anything about business.
I know nothing about business. To help us with our challenge, we decided to do a bit of office-based tech research. So we'd arranged to spend a day at the HQ of WSP, one of Britain's largest engineering firms.
And it was jam-packed with office workers doing... Well, that was the problem. We didn't have a clue what any of them were doing.
Oh, exactly. And that was to take this opportunity and our lunch break to show our co-workers how much bigger and better things could be in the workplace with just some of the latest and best office tech available on the market. See, it's called the Hitachi Starboard, and it might just look like a simple whiteboard, but actually it's a lot cleverer than that. It's an interactive, wired whiteboard, all right? And it enables me to do all kinds of really cool things like this, for example, draw a bit of a rubbish circle, and the software will complete it and make it perfect. You can do the same with a square and lots of other different geometric patterns. This was old school and new school combined, with the added advantage of allowing multiple users to work on documents from anywhere in the world. Cool?
Yeah. Excellent.
But if the Starboard's too big, why not invest in this little box? It allows you to connect your Office BlackBerry to any projector with a VGA or S-Video input. It's perfect for those impromptu PowerPoint briefings.
But if you can't get there in person, why not use one of the latest webcams? Check this out. It's the world's first HD Skype-certified webcam. Just one of these units will cost you less than £100. Isn't that phenomenal? Inside, it's a bargain. Inside there is the hardware and software required to just shrink down your image, but keep the HD quality, beam it across London, which is where my friend Louise is. How you doing, Louise? You all right?
Hi.
Yeah, looking good, Louise. And we can see what Louise is wearing, see the detail on the top, because it's HD.
And at the top end of the market, things are pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
This is the kind of setup, you know, a CEO would have. If you can see the faint lines on the screen there, they're separated into 4 zones on this. There's a separate projector for each zone, so you could conceivably be talking to different people scattered all over the world.
But I got something even more impressive. The world's fastest printer. It's the Dell 5130. Shall I press print? Let's do it. Now, you know how much I like a challenge, and they said it could print 45 pages in a minute. Well, I just had to give it a go. 33, come on! 34,
5 seconds.
35, this is so exciting! 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. It's rubbish! 40 pages! In a minute, that's rubbish. Does it ever stop? Someone, help! Help! Somebody help!
Yeah, like that.
Anybody!
Hey.
Stop the printing!
Whoa. Do you like that, Vicky? It's nice, doesn't it? Yeah? This is the swapper chair. Now, the chair works like a Swiss board, so it engages your core. It encourages you to sit in the proper position with a slight tilting at the bottom of your spine. So it pivots very nicely on the spring. The spring is adjustable. Of course, we could have stayed on after lunch, but we'd now picked up enough inspiration for the challenge ahead, so it was time to make our excuses and leave.
How many gadgets and how much technology? Who knew?
Great office tech.
I thought this was amazing, this Face Vision webcam. Just incredible for the money. HD, Skype certified, really, really useful.
Yeah.
But now you...
We're now ready to brainstorm our ideas for a world-beating workplace gadget. So we headed to the offices of design gurus Priestman Good.
Their CV was impressive. It included the interior of the new Lufthansa Airbus, the Pendolino intercity train, and a whole host of other more domestic gadgets.
Guys!
Hi.
Hey, it's such a pleasure to see you. I'm Jason. I felt my gadget would have to be something that set office workers free. It would have to be light and portable, and it would need to be jam-packed with as much tech as we could fit into it. And yet there's a problem, isn't there?
Yep.
It was the elephant in the room. BlackBerry and Apple already make a portable office. It's called a smartphone. We needed to take things to another level.
While Jason was struggling with his ideas for a portable office, I met up with my team.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
For me, the problem wasn't being in an office. It was being stuck at a desk for hours on end.
And I was wondering if there was any way we could incorporate movement for the purposes of fitness. Because a fit office is a happy office.
Yeah, I think anything you can do that stops people, like getting stiff back and all the problems that you get these days.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I'm thinking of people's core strength.
Earlier, I'd seen the swapper chair, which had been a real hit with office workers, providing fun as well as some healthy exercise.
But that also surely would generate a fair amount of energy that could be fed back into the workspace, maybe.
Maybe this was the killer idea we'd been looking for, a fitness workstation that also generates power. Now, I knew that there were gadgets like these orange power wellies. They can generate enough electricity to charge a mobile phone just by walking around in them. Proof that power from simple everyday actions can be harnessed. Applied to my office gadget, everyone wins. The staff get fit, it's good for the environment, and the bosses get cheaper electricity bills.
Meanwhile, me and my team were still coming up with ideas for my mobile office, but we needed something with a bigger screen than a smartphone.
I mean, an obvious route would be to go towards some kind of headset.
Right.
So that you get the perceived very big size of screen.
Then I had a brainwave. How about an augmented reality headset to create a virtual office?
The AR, augmented reality, puts the images there. I grab the images with my hand, and we have an interactive monitor report.
It's brilliant.
Remote office.
And it's small, compact.
Our brainstorming meetings had gone well, but before our design could be finalised, we still needed to think long and hard about how they would work, because even though they were only concepts, they needed to be totally grounded in today's tech.
This sadly ruled out projecting video directly onto the back of the eye using retinal projection for my virtual office. But I did recall the Vuzix Wrap augmented reality headsets that John had seen at Gadget Show Live. The Wrap uses 2 camera feeds to 2 LCD screens at the back of its lenses to create a 3D AR environment. If I could design something similar, I'd be able to use it to project a computer graphic simulation of an office wherever I want. This was exactly what I wanted.
Meanwhile, I was keen to find out how my team were getting on. I'm just calling you guys to find out how the design for our workstations are coming along. OK, it was a dodgy phone line, but they had sent me their 3D CADs showing how they developed my fitness workstation concept.
Otis was well on his way, but I was still concerned about how I could interact with the virtual 3D icons in my virtual office. Then I cracked it. Earlier this year, I'd seen the new Xbox Kinect system with its awesome tech, allowing you to use your body as a game controller. It's so precise it can even identify facial expressions. And if it could work on top of a TV set, I was sure it would work in my glasses.
Right, the designs are looking great, the CAD has come through, and it's looking perfect. But I've still got a few hours before my presentation, so I've roped this in. It's an incredible 3D printer. It's like a normal printer, but it uses 3D CAD files to produce real-life 3D objects built up in layers of plastic laid one on top of the other. By using the brilliant CAD my team had sent me, I was sure this would be the clincher to win our Gadget Workplace Challenge. For the final part of this challenge, Jason and I would be pitching to Dragon entrepreneur Julie Mayer.
I'm actually a bit nervous too.
Yeah, me too. All our hard work had come down to this.
Hi, Julie.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Oh, great. OK, well, Julie, I think the office is dead. And what I've tried to do is to think up a technology that would enable me as an office worker to not go to an office, to not waste the resources getting there all the time, but to be able to go and work in the park, in the street, in a cafe. And what I've come up with looks a little bit like this. My big idea was to use an augmented reality gadget like the Vuzix Wrap AR headset and combine it with the new techniques of gesture recognition found in Xbox 360's Kinect system. I felt this would allow people to turn the world around them into an office, a virtual office, where if you received a phone call on the move, you could see and talk to the caller without pressing a button.
Hi, John. Can you talk?
Delightful to speak to you, as ever. Trouble is, I'm rushing to a meeting. Can I call you back later?
Oh, OK.
OK, bye.
Now, believe it or not, I've found a way of making that kind of Minority Report concept actually work, and it's something that you'll see on the front of the glasses, OK? It's a camera and an infrared emitter. The glasses show you the AR objects floating in front of the real world, but this is the really sexy bit. And I actually got it from a games technology called Kinect. And you jump about in front of your television. Rather than having a joypad, your body is the controller. Okay. That's what you do here. So not only are the objects floating in front of you in space, but you can actually touch them. And that might initiate a web page or send an email.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Thank you. She seemed to really like my idea, but had I done enough to win the challenge? Next up, it was Otis's pitch.
Hi.
Hello.
Now, I'm someone who bounces around a fair bit, and I also like to keep fit. So I thought about the possibility of combining the two, being active and still being able to do work at the same time.
This was it. An exercise workstation with its own bouncy chair and desk that was part stepper and part vibrating footplate. I'd like to draw your attention to these pads here for your feet. You'll be able to pump those pads to exercise your legs. You could generate enough energy to power your laptop or your workstation. She looked interested, so I decided to seize the initiative and bring out my 3D models. So that would be the chair. This here is the table, and this here is rather like a stress ball. So you just squeeze that.
I love it. I love it.
We'd both done all we could. It was now up to the Dragon Lady.
Well, this has been difficult. The augmented reality glasses really made me think about what is the office and how I work. So it seems there's quite a breakthrough there. So that was interesting. Then I thought about the desk-chair combo. And there's a lot of innovation in that. There's a lot, this idea that if you want to get the best out of your mind, your body's got to be active and that those two are in tune. You know, pretty clever. So this was really tough because I think both of them have a net benefit to the worker. On reflection, though, I'd have to say the market potential is bigger with the glasses.
Yes! Thanks, Julie. Thanks very much.
Well done.
And to you, so you know the obvious way to go is a combination of the two. It's the glasses. Thanks, Julie.
Cool.